Welcome to Activity 9.2, the homemade battery. Our learning target for today is we're going to investigate how chemical energy could be transformed to electrical energy by building our own battery. So the expectation for everybody in class was to build your own battery. Now, obviously, if you're watching this, it's probably because you were absent, so you're not going to be able to build your own battery, but you're going to be able to watch the experiment happen so you can finish this lab on your own. So what we did was we took a 500 milliliter beaker. We mixed in 50 grams of salt, 400 milliliters of warm water. Now it says record the temperature. You're going to get that a little bit later on in the data table. Then we're using some magnesium tape, and you'll see what it looks like. And we're using a steel nail, and we're using a voltmeter. So we set up all the connections, and the voltmeter would look like this. What we did then was that we put the steel nail and the magnesium strip in the salt water, and you're going to see if a homemade battery was made. Because on this voltmeter, you'll see right here that these numbers will change if there's a current. So what I like you to do is I like you to fill in this data for your data table. It's 82 degrees starting out, then it dropped from the 80 to 78, 77. You're only recording temperatures for 3 minutes. Now, in the voltmeter that you'll see in the video, it hovered between 4 and 5, and then between 4 and 5, and then 3. Then I stuck the magnesium strip and the nail down a little bit further, and then went back up to 4. So we're going to use these numbers, 5, 4, and 3. Now, you're going to watch the video next, and once you get done with the video, if you look at the front side of the lab, there's 2 questions, and on the back side, there's a lot more questions to check for understanding. So make sure you go through these questions and you answer them all thoroughly. And then when you get done watching the video and you get done with the questions, be sure to ask questions if you have any of me. Show your teacher that you're done. That way they can give you credit for being done with the activity. So go ahead, watch the video, and then finish the questions. Welcome to Activity 5.2. So what you can see here, connected to the red, I've got a steel nail. And connected to the black, I've got a magnesium strip. So first thing I want to do is I want to show you the voltmeter here. And the voltmeter shows that right now there's approximately 5 volts. Now you might say, okay, is it really? Well, if I take the nail out, you can see it goes down to 0. But as soon as I put the nail back in, it goes to 5. And I can do the same with the magnesium strip. Once I take it out, it goes to 0. And once I put it back in, it goes to 4. And it'll hover that way, so you're going to leave it go for 3 minutes. And we're going to see what happens. So I've already started the timer. And it's hard to see from the video, but on the magnesium strip, there are small bubbles forming underneath the water. So you see it went up to 5, so it was at 4. It was at 5 originally, but now it went up to, then it dropped to 4 when I took the magnesium out. See there it drops down. So it's hovering between 4 and 5. So what we're doing here is we're creating a current. You might wonder why or how, because the nail's not connected to the magnesium. It's not touching at all. But basically what we're doing is we're making a homemade battery here. And what we did, if you read the directions, we put warm water in a beaker, approximately 400 milliliters. It looks a little off because of the angle of the camera. Then we added 50 grams of salt and we mixed it up thoroughly. Then I put the magnesium in it. Then I put the steel nail in it. You can see my connections here. And I turned it to 2000 volts on the meter. See, now it's dropped down to 3. So, you know, one of the big questions is, do you think this battery would last all day, like if it were to power our phones? Would it produce enough volts to power our phone? So I'm going to go ahead and stop this video now. It's been 3 minutes. And before I do, if I push this down even more, or if I put the nail in more, see, it didn't have much of an effect there. It went up a little. And I knew it would because he had more surface area. So go ahead and complete the lab, complete the questions.